hundreds of Portland protesters may have their criminal charges dropped after a controversial move by the new district attorney of Multnomah County. Mike Schmidt announced his new policy today, saying that he won't take on the cases of protesters charged with certain protest-related crimes from the last 75 days. That means those arrested on misdemeanor charges won't face a county judge. This comes as the Portland Police Bureau announced that it's made 479 arrests since these protests started. Meanwhile, Oregon State Police, which has been protecting the federal courthouse building for nearly 2 weeks now, is set to end its involvement in just 2 days from now. And there is no word yet on what happens next. We do have a lot to get to tonight and live coverage on all of this. Let's begin with our Fox 12's Drew Reeves, who joins us now live with much more in downtown Portland. Drew?
Yeah, District Attorney Mike Schmidt says that he created this policy with the help of a transition team of community members and activists. He says this policy is intended to protect people who are practicing their First Amendment rights. For more than 75 nights, thousands have taken to the streets of Portland to make their voices heard. And in that time, police have also made hundreds of arrests.
Since May 29th, approximately 550 cases have been referred to us for prosecution. Of those, about 150 are felonies, and we have issued approximately 50 felony cases.
Portland police say they have arrested approximately 479 people. The vast majority of those have been charged with misdemeanor crimes. And today, Multnomah County District Attorney Mike Schmidt announced a new policy that means most of those people will never face prosecution.
This policy acknowledges that the factors that lead to the commission of criminal activity during a protest are incredibly complex. The protesters are angry, yes, deeply frustrated with what they perceive to be structural inequities in our basic social fabrics.
Schmidt says it will not take on the cases of anyone charged with these crimes: interfering with a peace officer, disorderly conduct, criminal trespass, escape in the third degree, harassment, or riot. However, that riot charge comes with conditions. Many people will still face prosecution.
If the charge of riot is accompanied with an assault or lighting things on fire, arson, or damaging property, that is the type of charge that we will take.
Schmidt also says the community should not see this policy as an excuse to commit crimes.
This is not a free pass. While I will do what I can to provide protesters with a forum to make their voices heard, I will not tolerate deliberate acts of violence against police or anyone else. Engage in that type of conduct, and you should expect to be prosecuted.
The DA's office says it does not yet know how many cases will be impacted by this policy, but based off the details provided, we estimate that only 20 of the 58 people arrested since Friday could face prosecution. The Portland Police Bureau says it will continue to work with the district attorney's office and will not tolerate crime downtown. In a statement, Chief Chuck Lavelle said, "The arrests we make often come after hours of damage to private property, disruption to public transit and traffic on public streets, thefts from small businesses, arson, burglary, attacks on members of the community, and attacks against police officers." And police went on to say that they would rather not make any arrests, but that some people use the demonstrations as an excuse to cause violence. Chief Lavelle also went on to say that he would rather work with the community on re-envisioning public safety, but that the violence downtown disrupts their ability to do that. Reporting live in downtown Portland, Drew Reeves, Fox 12 Oregon.